Hello everyone and welcome to today's race. We are here in the Mustang. It's a car I've had for some time in the GT3s, but I've just never had a chance to really use it, and it's definitely been a good choice for today's race to qualify P2. I do apologise, I am going to keep checking my right ears. That leader in the black Acura is going to be setting when we go, and I am on a single string, so I do want to try and get it just right, though I do misjudge it slightly, and that opens the door to Alonso on our right hand side here in the Porsche. We're going to be going side by side into turn one, so I'm just going to try and maximise my exit on those curving, and hopefully Alonso is going to keep to the inside. There we go. No contact between us, so we both do very well there not to hit each other and give the space as due, and we are still side by side climbing the S's here. I was hoping the Mustang might have a bit more power than the Porsche, but it looks like we are very equally matched in the straight line, though Alonso does have a bit of that slipstream from the Acura ahead of us, and we're now side by side into the bus stop, so I'm going to try and go around the outside and then hug that inside, but Alonso has come across and we've caught him and he's off to the right hand side. I felt like I did leave him the space, so we'll have to review what happened there, but we have to carry on for now because we are under pressure from Jose behind us in the second Acura. And Andre is now using the opportunity to try and run away, but I do not want to let him go as I feel that we are both on fair pace here, so I have a good chance to catch him. We might still have a chance of winning this race. Now the Mustang has been feeling absolutely fantastic around here, and I'm going to start pulling that gap on Jose now, so we'll have a chance to have a look at what happened there on lap one. So you can see through turn one, me and Alonso do very well there, giving each other space. Though I don't know why Alonso's flashing his headlights there at Andre. He's a bit too far to be putting off here. And we are still just side by side. The Mustang was fairly well matched against a lot of these GT3 cars here. The balance of power is great amongst most of these, though there are still stronger cars. Now coming into the bus stop, this was the critical moment as we were side by side on entry, though Alonso did try to brake later and cut across. You can see here on the slow-mo as he cuts across, I am just still there and there's very little I can do on that inside, I felt. But let me know what you think, if I could have done better there for him. He rejoined onto lap 4 and I have managed to catch up to Andre in that black Acura. We're both setting fairly similar lap times around here, but it just seemed that I was stronger through the first half of the track, which was really helping me catch up to him and the Acura, as there was a real good offset though between our cars, as in the later stages of the track through those last few winding curves we're going to see the Acura is a lot stronger. Coming into the bus stop here, going across these curbs as much as I can. The Mustang felt so planted and so nice to drive around here, and especially through these long winding turns. It was just so well planted and balanced. But I had to be mindful of my tyres because there was not tyre fall off, but the temperatures were very keen even in this evening race that we're having here, which is why it is so dull at the Glen. The track temperature was only just about 20 degrees Celsius there, so that's fairly average by the standards that this track can have. But it meant that I was going to try and manage my tyres now behind Andre whilst trying to keep up with him to put the pressure on, as he was making little mistakes here and there. You can see he's really moving the car around whilst he's trying to maximise the track width, which you really do have to do here at Watkins in order to maximise your own track time. But it's not a difficult track to drive. It is a track that just rewards you for learning and using its measures. But as we can see here, Andre's made a big mistake there coming onto the main straight, hitting the wall. So it's going to be a good opportunity for us here. You can see the driver getting in the slipstream and with the Mustang, so I'm just going to look down the inside. Andre's going to give the space in case we go for a dive, but then he goes so wide there. I'm very surprised he did not get a slowdown from that. But we are now going to get another dose of his slipstream here, coming down the back straight as we climb through the S's. So I'm going to have another opportunity into the bus stop, and he knows that, so he's going to go to the inside and then weave across to the outside. I'm not going to go for it though this time round. We are only a few laps in, and I know there may be better opportunities for ascent than that one. So I'm just going to bide my time and again manage my tyres. So I want to be in a better state than Andre when I make the move, because it's going to be very difficult to try and pull away from him because we are both so evenly matched. But that's just what made this race so fun, as we are both just so closely matched with only the cars giving a little bit of an offset. And I had been hoping that the Mustang in his rearview mirror would be putting on a lot of pressure, as I too am under pressure with how much I'm pushing here to keep up with Andre. We're both running very fast times here, getting into the 143s at some point, which is a very fast time around the Glen in the GT3 cars, with only the aliens in the Lamborghini being able to get into the 142s. So I was at least very happy with my pace here, especially considering that I'm normally out of my depth when it comes to these GT3 cars, but I've been settling in a bit better now, I feel, and we can see that it is definitely rewarded by just how fast and how good we can keep up with some of these veteran GT3 drivers here, like Andre, who, don't let his B-Class deceive you, he has been driving these GT3s for a while, as I checked his profile after the race, so to do so well here, to keep up with him, definitely made me feel good about myself. And we just kept chasing through the next couple of laps. This was an endurance, even in a 15-minute fixed race format, as we were just constantly trying to keep up with each other. And we did have another car behind us. You can see that McLaren, which was almost as equally fast around here, keeping up with us. So if we made a mistake or if we started fighting too much, that was going to invite them into the battle, which would definitely slow us all down here. So I really wanted to try and keep ahead, and as we rejoin onto lap 7, you can see we managed to pull a little bit now on Frank, who was in that McLaren, as he's almost 2 seconds behind us here, with myself and Andre now settling down more. Andre has slowed himself a little bit, he's not overdriving the car as much as he has before, which is why he's pulled a little bit of the gap. You can just see the slipstream is so critical around here in order to keep up with them. And I've just been really trying to stay consistent through this stage, because it has been very difficult to try and manage the tyres and not overdrive the Mustang, because I do feel the Mustang is a bit harsher on its tyres, which is what normally gives you that good responsiveness the car has. Now, Andre was also feeling that pressure, and we just also have to take a moment to listen to that lovely supercharged V8 here. Have done such a great job on the audio for this car. I feel it definitely does sound better from the outside. It's a bit more muted on the inside, especially not hearing that supercharger as much as you do, but I still really just enjoy the sound of this car, that pure V8 engine singing away to you as you're driving around here. And I was hoping that Andre would also be hearing that constantly, as well as that menacing look that the Ford has, filling his rearview mirror, which might invite a mistake or two from him. But he's definitely done very well here to stay cool and collected, which has made my job a lot harder, but I'm still just playing for the time here. We're only on to lap 8 now, and I'm hoping my opportunities may come, especially with how good the Mustang is out of turn 1. I'm just able to get the nose of the car in and on the power as I'm getting to that curbing, which gives me a good exit, and that lets me stay in the slipstream of Andre, as you can see on the new iOverlay widget going green on our Delta. And that just meant that we were able to close up that little bit to stay with him, especially coming into the bus stop where the Mustang was just so well planted over the curbing, which really gave us the ease of keeping up with him. It was only through these long corners that they seemed to be a little bit better, though the Mustang is still really great. It was just this middle sector now where I really felt like I struggled in comparison to Andre, where I just struggled to get the car both slowed down and then initially turned in. That was then really good through this long right hand uphill, just because I was able to get on the power, and the Mustang was very well planted getting on the power. I felt that was the benefit of being a front-engine rear-wheel drive car versus the mid-engined Acura, which, whilst being more nimble, was maybe not as well planted with the weight balance being shifted so much to the rear of the car. And we've actually done pretty good for this last sector this time around. We've lost a little bit of time on our Delta here, but we seem to be catching up to Andre again now. We're only 5 attempts behind him, whereas we had fallen off more than that before. But I don't get a great exit out of that last corner, which is the really key part over the course of a lap in order to get your opportunity into turn 1. So once more, I just have to settle in behind him and play for time, though I'm going to go wide this time, but I'm going to keep my foot planted in and cash in that off track in order to get a much better exit than Andre. And you can see what that has now given us, as we're now really closing up behind him. This is going to be a good opportunity for us into the bus stop, and I'm surprised he didn't defend it, so I'm going to go to the inside here as he's waving about. Going to try and get to that inside quickly and then drive around the outside, leaving space around those curves. And we just about made it stick, but we are still got him to our outside on this long right corner here. I've just got to try not to overdrive into him, but he does seem to back out of it. Now we are in charge in P1, but that means that Andre is going to be the one now trying to put pressure on us. So my goal here is to try and get away from him to break that second gap, so he's not going to have any slipstream to us, which is going to be difficult because we know Andre is fast around here. So I just need to try and keep collected here and focus on keeping that rhythm I've built up over the last few laps driving the Mustang here. Focusing on getting the car slowed up and then getting the good exit here, which is what the Mustang really rewards you for. Maximising those track limits, trying to drive as far out to the grass as possible without touching it, as that does unsettle the car. And we are slowly actually pulling a gap now to Andre. You can see he's fallen off 6 attempts behind us here as we're coming into the second to last and now the last corner. I just need to get a really good drive out of here. I'm coming so close to that outside wall, but I need to do it in order to get that lap time in. We're now up to 7 attempts, so we are almost there now on Andre. Again, just focus now on this exit into turn 1. I'm driving as far out as I can, and Andre's made a mistake behind us now, so he's dropping back even further. He's lost a lot of momentum coming out of turn 1. It's going to be a great opportunity for us to break that second barrier, as he's now 8 attempts behind us. He is still getting some of that slipstream, and the Acura is no slouch in a straight line. So we really have to still work here. Coming into the bus stop, I'm going to try and be as fast as I dare, getting on the power through that second half as much as possible, but then slowing down for this long right. So keen to get the nose of the car turned in and on the power, and it's worked out for us beautifully there. There was a real moment between me and Andre here. We gave each other just the right amount of space. You can see we are so close, but with no contact at all. It was this moment here, though, that he backed out of, which really let us cement that position. And it really stayed that way over the last few laps, so we're coming across here on the white flag. Andre did such a really good job to try and keep up with us through there, but we have done that a little bit better, and we're going to come across the line in P1 for my first ever GT3 win here. And I couldn't have wished for a better car and better track to get it at. So, whilst it may not have been the most exciting race, it was certainly a great duel between me and Andre, and I hope you have all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, because that helps me on the channel. And I hope to see you in more races in the future, as I'm certainly going to be trying to do more of these GT3 cars. So, until then, I will see you next time.